grade 12s, welcome back. And what we're going to do now is hopefully you're still working with your lab partner, and I'd like you to work through pages 13 and 14. So it just joins with the concepts that you've already finished up in the assignment, and now we're just going to look again at some more sort of mystery type problems where you're looking at relative strength as a reducing or an oxidizing agent. Okay, if you can't remember what those definitions are, look back from 2 days ago when I can't remember what it was, where we did that little intro on an agent, right? So a reducing agent is the thing that gets oxidized. The oxidizing agent is the thing that gets reduced, okay? Because they help each other do their job. And so what you're going to be doing is looking at some observations again and figuring out which one is the strongest or weakest, just depending on what the question's asking. So for the first example, and again, there's observations here, and I'll walk through the first example for you, and then I'll let you and your lab partner work at the next ones. These solutions are in the solution set, so you're not submitting pages 13 and 14 for me. You're going to do it first. Then check your answers with the solution set, and then let me know in the tutorial if you have any questions about this. Okay, here's an example. Experiments were performed with 4 different metal strips: copper, titanium, thallium, and vanadium. And then, of course, we have their corresponding 1.0 molar nitrate solutions. That means that copper ions are available in solution: titanium, thallium, and vanadium. Okay, and here's what we observed. Test number 1. If you took a strip of thallium and put it into each of the solutions, only one reaction was observed. Okay, so what would we conclude from that one? And what we're trying to get in the end is I want to know the strength of these metals from strongest to weakest as reducing agents. So remember, the strongest reducing agent is the most easily oxidized metal, right? So you're looking to see how many times it actually gets oxidized. The one that gets oxidized the most is going to be the strongest reducing agent. So you can see how you can think that through in your head, okay? So again, the strongest reducing agent is the one most easily oxidized. So the metal is going to go to the metal ions and electrons. So from test number 1, where we had thallium and in a solution of copper nitrate, the thallium did get oxidized. So that tells me that if you were to compare the reducing agent strength of 2 metals, thallium and copper, thallium is more easily oxidized than copper because the reaction takes place that thallium does get oxidized when it's in the presence of copper ions. Okay? Thallium is oxidized to Tl+, whereas the copper ions are the ones that get reduced. That reaction does occur. Okay? So therefore, with respect to reducing agent strength, we're going to say that the metal thallium is greater than copper. Do you see how you're going to deduce these as you go along? Okay? Comparing thallium with all the other metals, you don't get any reaction. That means that the other metals are more easily reduced than thallium. So with respect to reducing agent strength, titanium and vanadium are greater than thallium. Titanium is greater than vanadium, or vanadium is greater than titanium. That order we can't figure out yet. So that's why there's a second explanation or a second observation to be made. Okay, excuse me. All right, so test number 2. Let's then put titanium in each of these solutions. You get reactions with copper nitrate, thallium nitrate, and vanadium nitrate. That tells us a lot about the strength of the titanium as a reducing agent. It gets oxidized in the presence of copper ions, thallium ions, and vanadium ions. Okay, so what do we conclude from that? That titanium is greater than copper, thallium, and vanadium. So read through all of these summaries that you can work through to summarize these observations, and in the very end, this is what you come up with. If the question says, give me the strongest reducing agent to the weakest reducing agent, titanium was greater than vanadium, which was greater than thallium, which was greater than copper. Okay? That's your practice question. And now I want you to work away at the rest of these questions for fun with your lab partner. Okay, and you're going to summarize in the table just like we've summarized up above. So if you see that nickel reacts only with a solution of tin and platinum, no reaction with magnesium and cobalt, how do you compare them? Well, for the first one, you're going to say, right, nickel then is stronger than tin and platinum, but it's less than magnesium and cobalt. Okay, didn't react with any. Keep going down and summarize. Strongest reducing agent, again, is the one that most easily gets oxidized to the weakest reducing agent, and you've got a bit of a continuum. All right, these questions are quite fun, so work away at question 2 and the rest of page number 14, then check your solutions and we'll move on to the next topic. Good luck.